Hello everyone, I'm Rob with the Smith the Black channel here, Ticker Talker, and we're finally coming to the end of the month, end of the quarter, all that kind of stuff, or new month, new quarter, depending on whether you're an optimist or a pessimist. But we got a little bit of funky action coming here into this close. So here you can see SPY just hanging around the highs, and if you go to the 15, just drops in a little bit. You can see this chop shop in here. So we're just grinding, still skirting the highs. Weekly, not much of a range. Monthly, this is what we'll be looking at coming into tomorrow and over the weekend, certainly, unless you're going to enjoy the 4th of July weekend like I am. But if you look at this monthly, right, are we anywhere near taking this out? Because if you're like me, you get a lot of spam email. Oh, the market's going to crash and billionaires are cashing out. Look, if we're going down, you need to take this low out. Right? You need to do that, right? Which we haven't been able to do in a very long time. Now, if that happens, then we'll talk. But are we anywhere near doing that? No, we're still near to taking out the highs since we're on the highs, right? And so on this daily, you can see this hasn't given us too much opportunity to buy the dip, if you will, which is not really a thing. But here, there's your gap down. There was your 2-2, still good. And that's what you wait for, right? And then you can hold on. Be like, if I get any lower lows, then we'll talk. Do we have one? Slight on the gap today, but that's it. If you go to QQQ, here, on the daily, acting a little worse on the day, slightly red on the day, but nowhere near taking out last month's lows, right? That's what you want to know about. If the market's really going to get hit, it would have to do that. There's nowhere near it. And green on the week, it's just going into highs. That's exhaustion risk, which means you can get boring. But then once again, just waiting for your setups. The 2 up by taking out the high, 2 down by taking out the low, and boom, you're in right here. And still good unless you can get a lower low, which you have not had. If you go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, here, the Diamond's looking for an outside day. Slight gap lower and coming up here to take this out. So because we know outside bars exist, 344.73 is what we're looking to take out, and we're getting closer there. So we've known that this took out last month's lows but came back, right? And so as we closing out the month, now the diamonds are closer to taking out the highs, right? So that would be a 2 up by taking out the previous high, 2 down by taking out the previous low, and then boom, here, take this out next month. It would be just like the Qs, you see? The 2 down by taking out the lows, but then closing back closer to the highs, and then boom to the upside. So we'll see how that goes as we close it out. What we do have is today is we've got some bios, and so the IBB here not doing much because it's fragmented. Doji on the week, still that RevStrat month, and we're going to have a lot of these RevStrat months are going to complete today. And you've got this here, that inside bar, that poke down and come up. So you got some of these things like edit, and edit right now trying to go inside, backing up on the 15, right? So you can see this on the monthly, taking out the lows, just waiting for it. So, a lot of people don't look at the monthly charts. You got to do that. Wait for it. Nope, that's 2 up. Then here's your reversal down, taking out the lows, taking out the lows, taking out the lows. Boom, reversal right here. Over 37.99. Trading 55.33, just running out a month. You can see this inside day here. Slight lower low, and then boom. We call this a 1-bar RevStrat. As soon as that goes green, we're looking for an outside bar of this. And if that works, you got that reconfirms the reversal on the month. Full time frame continuity to the upside. Anytime that 60 is green. Now, the corrective activity inside on the 15-minute. 212 back up for the next 15 minutes over 54.98, and there you go. If we go to Beam, and Beam also inside in the 15 right now. Outside 15-minute, inside 15-minute, and then back up. Here over 129, starting to come here because we had a gap up, then a hold, then inside day. Boom, to the upside. And what pattern have we been looking at all month? This. The inside month, the poke down, 1, 2, boom. Where's your target? Up here. 126.90 took it out. Now let's see if we can tack on a little bit more. If we go to Crisp, Slight higher high, I believe here. Yep. So that was two down, and two up on the month, right? It is. And so then if you go here, it's that same pattern here on the daily, on the gap up. Two up by taking out the previous high, two down for corrective activity, and then today, boom, 2-2 reversal for these two to become an outside bar of all that, right? Very similar to what it looks like on the monthly. Then you can wait for the corrective activity as you're seeing here on the 15er. Inside, down, lower low, and then boom here. As soon as I got on over 163.39, boom, and there you go. There's your 2-2 reversal off the 15er. If we go to BLIN, and Blinn, just getting stuck in here. But always want to be pay attention when you have these big, nice, long green bars, right? Here. So right now you see this inside 60, slightly taking that down. So this will get our attention in the next hour if you can take this back up over 750. You always want to be concerned when you stall out in the middle of a big range like this. Call that a mother bar before the inside 60. How are you going to get outside of this? Well, for one thing, you're waiting for full time frame continuity to the upside. For this 60 at least to be green, we'll see how that goes. Right now you got the Dow Jones diamonds coming up here, and you can see on a intraday basis, there's a little bit of a disconnect again. This time the diamond's heating up, going to where I just told you it was going to go, outside bar, right? Because you can see the difference between the Qs, the SPY, and the diamonds, right? Each day. That's why we start off with that. We start off by going like, where's the strength and weakness as far as we know. Dow Jones, triple M coming up, outside day for you. Trying to take that week to the upside. So you just, the good thing about that is it can always just rifle through the 30. And Cat, still an inside week, but you can see having a nice little half an hour, something perked him up in here. Right there, there's your inside 30. Boom, off she goes. If we go to NTLA, and you'll hear me talking about the gap list, or we stay on the gap list. Some people will stay on that more than a day, right? Because once you gap, things are happening, right? So right now, you can see this on the 30 minute. The inside 30, the poke down, and now trying to come back. So this gets my attention for the next half an hour over 186.25. Went up, it came back in. We'll see if we get a re-break of that. Once again on the monthly, the two up, the two down, and boom, off she goes. The continuation on the daily. If we go to NEO, have we been watching this pattern all month? We have. The inside bar, the poke down, stop them out. Boom, Rev Strat month, and off she goes. And on the week, inside week to the upside. And NEO just kind of stalling out right now. We'll see if that sets up again. Here, the inside 60, slight poke down. So the high of this is going to get my attention. Right now, that'd be 53 in the next hour once that closes out. If we go to Regeneron, and Regeneron, gap up, comes in, and then two down to stop them out, and boom, 2-2 reversal day here over 548.02, trading 559. That's still good, right? So we'll see if that sets up again. Right now, just kind of driving higher on the 60, and 30 still a little fast, so we'll see. If we go to Spotify, Spotify just perked up. Now, potential here problem would be the mother bar issue here. Once again, you're stuck in the middle of that range. So I just brought that up because I saw this pop, and then it backs off. So that's no good. Was that 15 looking? Yeah, if something happened in there. But once again, that same pattern. Inside month, poke down, boom, Rev Strat to the upside. We'll see how it handles this. How do you not become an inside 60? So most likely going to be an inside 60, so we'll let that close out and see how it goes. If we go to ALNY, and ALNY we were watching because what? The inside month, the poke down, stop them out, Rev Strat, boom, right to the upside. Now, we had an inside week last week, The thing is when things occur, and it had a big gap down on Monday, right? The thing about that is that it was still bright green on the month. So when it started ticking up, even though people would be like, oh, it's down big, once this thing started ticking up, it was green on the 60, green on the daily, green on the week, and green on the month. That's full time frame continuity, the upside, which gives you something like this. Boom. Then the inside day, the poke down, but then the change in continuity by going green back here, knowing that outside bars exist, and when that occurred, boom, now your full time frame continuity back to the upside. Potential 1 bar rev strat weaker, all right, here, because it's technically a 2 down, but look how bright green that is, right? So that tells you can go after that. If we go to TSP, and TSP, we've known this thing's inside month to the upside, inside week to the upside, that inside day, and still good, right? And that's one of the good things about the strat is when things are still good, they still good, right? So if you got this inside day to the upside, 57.28, you're at 78.77 in 3 days. Not bad. If you go to AMD, Beam going to the highs as I speak. AMD now inside on the 60 after a hammer counter shooter 222 month. But I'd like to see this nice green week, right? There it is. So now it gets my attention here in the next hour over 93.50. Crisp goes to the highs as I speak. If we go to the guns, SWBI. SWBI, boom, still good, still good, still good. Bright green, just exhaustion risk by going into the highs, and that tells us to look at RGR here. Still good. And we'll see if we can get a 30 or something out of it. Inside 30 here, and off she goes. If we go to TBIO, more bio, and just having a nice run. Now we'll see if they stalls out on the 30 a little bit. If we go to the downside, you've got AVAV. And now a little bit stuck in Mulder bar again here, but see if we can take this out, this low. 97. It's right there right now to see if you can get out of that. Outside month, inside week to the downside, and bright red on the day. Let's see if we can take out that 97 and go more puking. SFM. And SFM here, outside month now. Right? So it did what was doing. Up here, higher high, and now making that lower low. We'll see if that sets up again. Inside 60 as of right now. If we go to team, running out of time again, but team, just looking for anything that takes out last week's lows, right? Because this month is running out of time, right? Today. But did go inside, then down, boom. Did what it was supposed to do by going into the highs, but then we go into exhaustion risk. And when you go into exhaustion risk, you start looking at those broadening formations and what they look like. There you go. So we'll see for the rest of the day there. Right now, Dow Jones Diamonds going to the highs. The other thing's stalling out, so we'll leave it right there, and we're going to get to those monthly charts. We got Tesla going inside month, so that's going to get our attention there, and that's when you stay inside. You're going to look at this. The inside day pokes up, comes right back in. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, this is Mr. Black Channel here with TikTok with Strat Time Report.